So today what I wanted to show you was not only the basic equipment you're going to need to start hockey, but also how to put it on, where it all goes, what order I put it on in as well. So I'm going to go through this one by one and you can watch along. So first, what I like to do, I wanted to show you, so I like to wear leggings, to hockey, which is not really appropriate. It's not really what you're supposed to wear. This right here for a female is called a Jill. And basically what it does is just a pair of shorts and there is Velcro on it. So your Velcro here is actually going to stick to your socks, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. If you're a man, you will have something similar to this that's going to have a cup in it. So obviously one of the most important parts of hockey, because you want to be very, very protected. So this is going to be the first thing that you're going to want to get. It's very, very important. Okay, but I'm going to show you how I dress. Okay, so first we have shin guards. Go right here. Very important, because if you fall on your knees or you get hit by a puck, those two will happen pretty equally. You'll want to make sure that you are covered. So to put them on, they do have sides, so it'll say left or right, and they also have Velcro. What I would recommend is to not Velcro them across, to Velcro them crisscross. So you put them right here. I'm going to Velcro them crisscross. And these are very important. However, there are a lot of used ones out there. I bought these when I first started at a Play It Again, maybe 10 or 15 bucks. So just know this is not something you really need to put a huge investment in. Then you have your hockey socks. So this is going to obviously be different than normal socks. Your hockey socks go over your shin guards. I'm going to tell you if I think the things are required or not, but everything so far, you definitely need some hockey socks. So they go on like this. My Velcro sometimes comes undone, but the whole point of these is to put them on. All right. So this is kind of where people differ in how they get dressed. Some people put their skates on right now. I like to put my breezers on. Breezers, potentially the most important thing you buy in hockey besides your helmet and your skates. This is one thing I actually invested in when I first started. I did buy these new. However, I've had them now for about 5 years and they're still in great shape, and they're one of my favorite things I own. So definitely that's okay to invest in breezers, but there's also a lot of used ones out there as well. I would recommend Play It Again. They do have a lot of used things, or Facebook Marketplace. People tend to sell them a bunch. Okay, just put them on kind of like that. So what these are going to do is they're going to provide all the padding for when you fall. They're very nice. They're cushiony. They allow you to get around, and they're great. So next, I always put my skates on. So skates are something you can decide on your level of investment for this. I was lucky in that I wear an 8.5 in women's, and so my skate size is actually a 5.5, which means I can buy youth sizes, which is amazing because I got these in the youth size, and I think they were at about $90 for just a basic pair of Bowers in youth. You can definitely invest a whole lot more, but if you don't know if you're going to stick with hockey, I would definitely recommend going and buying some used skates first, because they can get spendy. And just like everything else here, spending a bunch of money on gear is not going to make you better. So just know that you don't need to be investing a whole bunch in every single thing when you first start. So I'm normally put these on. I'm not going to put them on right now because I'm on my carpet and I don't have any skate guards right now. So, but skates are definitely next. I do want to show you, so this is not a full roll, so this is not what it will look like when you buy it, but you do want to tape your hockey socks on, because what this is going to do is this is going to stop them from falling down. If you are Velcroing them to your cup or your shorts, then you won't necessarily need these, but even when I do that, I like to just have that extra assurance of taping them. Oh, and this tape's gone, so of course. And so if you look at this, it's kind of it's clear, and it's kind of just like a tape where you can actually cut it with your hands. But there's a different kind of tape, and you're going to be getting this. This is to tape your stick, and so you won't be able to put this here. I mean, you can if you want, but you can't actually tear it because it's more like material, and so it's harder to use it as your normal tape It is just stick tape basically. And what that means is it's going on the edge of your stick. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. Okay, so next thing I do, I like to put my chest protector on. This is a little weird and you'll find your preferences, but I don't like the big bulky shoulder pads, and so I took those off. Actually, before I do that, wait, that is not next step. Next I put a shirt on, and you know, people put short sleeve, long sleeve. I like the long sleeve just because you get when you put your shoulder pads on, they're not going to be up against your skin, but that's up to everybody. Some people go without a shirt. I don't get it, but you know what? You're not required to have a shirt on underneath. So, but I like to do it. And then my chest protector goes on next. So basically this is kind of the same thing. You want to take the Velcro and you want to pull it all the way across. In most leagues, a chest protector is not required. You'll find how much you're going to get hit with a puck or hit by other players, and so I like it because it is very nice. I actually just bought a padded shirt, which is just basically like this green shirt but with padding on it, so I'm going to try that out. But I like this for now because it really it offers a lot of protection. Obviously females and males are going to have very different shapes of this because females are different. And actually I think this may be a male one, I don't know. All right, so this is the first thing I think I put on that is not required in most leagues. Most tournaments you'll need one, but just so you know, like this is not something you have to have, but you probably should have. If you're a female or you have long hair, I would recommend always having a thing of hair ties. You want to make sure it goes low though, because obviously you're gonna have a helmet on. So, and then elbow pads. So this is very important also. Elbow pads are, you won't realize when you fall on your elbow, but it hurts. You can get seriously injured if you don't have elbow pads on. So this is a must. This is a must in terms of like, if you forget bringing it to the game, then you can't play the game because that's how important it is. I was looking in there because they do have left and right also because the Velcro goes a certain way. So, and these are pretty new for me. So I just bought new ones. So I just have to check which side it goes on. Right. And again, you can usually find these pretty used. I think I bought these new just because it was like Black Friday last year or something. So you can always get great deals on Black Friday from places like Pure Hockey, even Play It Again. So check that out. And then this goes for, I just see that. Males and females. Whether you have long hair, short hair, you're going to want to get a bandana or something to pull your hair back. And the point of that is not to keep your hair out of your face, it's to keep all the sweat out of your face that's going to just drip right into your face. You don't want to be in the middle of a game and then all of a sudden you just like have to have your hand in your eyes, especially if you have a cage. It gets a little bit gross and you actually can't see. So it's always good not to have that. Okay, and then helmet goes on next. So there are 3 kinds of helmets, and so you can get a cage, which is what this is. You can get a half shield, which is a clear, just half shield. Actually, you can get a full shield also, which is clear all the way down. So I guess there's 4. And then some people just go without these. I will tell you the people who go without them are generally the people who've been playing since like the 70s, maybe the 80s, since they were a kid when they weren't required, and they just have a hard time wearing them. But I've seen those people get hit in the face more than I can say, and generally they go to the hospital. So, you know what? There's nothing wrong with wearing something in front of your face. I get hit in the face once or twice a season easily with a puck just headed my direction. And it doesn't hurt when you have a cage on. So, but if you don't have a cage on, then you could lose some teeth or get a black eye or bloody nose or something. This usually has 2 straps here that you kind of like a button or snap back here, and then also a chin one. And so all 3 of those are required to get on the ice. The refs will be looking. So if you have, sometimes people have these undone, you will get kicked off the ice because it's very important. You don't want your helmet to just fly off while you're playing. So, and then the last thing is going to be your gloves. I will tell you that sometimes you get Velcro that, oh, you know what, before gloves, actually before your helmet, you probably want a jersey. This is my team jersey. I generally carry a black and white jersey with me as well with a number on it because, for instance, like we're red, so we've never had a problem with people that we're playing with, but this year there's an orange team, and so it gets a little confusing. So sometimes we do have white jerseys. Just always generally have a white and a black with you with a number on the back because they'll need to keep track of that, especially if it's a league game. If it's pickup, you're going to be fine. All right, let's see if I can get this on with my helmet already on because I normally don't do that. No. All right. So the answer is no. Let me take our helmet off. All right. So the answer was no. I can't get my jersey on with my helmet on. But I did try. All right. That was a little rough. Okay, so jersey. And then gloves. So gloves are going to be a different thing because I've only ever had used gloves and I generally can get them used at Play It Again or something like that. They're still not cheap. Even used ones can be like 30 or 40 bucks. But I bought my first pair of new gloves because I couldn't find any used gloves, and for some reason I'm really particular in how they fit me. I don't know why. So I bought my first pair of new gloves, and they were, I think I got them on like super clearance, but they were still like 60 or 70 bucks. Like new ones are going to be like 120 bucks. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why they're so expensive, but you will have them. I mean, forever. Like I had my first pair of gloves for 3 or 4 years, I think. So, and those were used. So, it's an investment, but you do need gloves. You can't get on the ice without them. So, a couple things I want to show you that are not required, but obviously you're probably going to want to have in your bag are water bottle. People don't really share water bottles, especially since the whole thing we went through the last couple of years. So make sure you bring your water bottle. I personally fill mine up at home because usually rink water is pretty disgusting, but it's water. You know, you're not going to die, probably. So, and then just a towel. And the reason I bring a towel, partially for my face when I get done with the game, because like I said, you're going to be sweating so much during the game. But also, when you get off the ice, the first thing you want to do is to clean your skates off. There's going to have ice and snow all over it, and that's how people's blades get rusty really fast. So first thing you do, wipe it off with a towel, and you will make your skates last a whole lot longer. So then, also, we want to talk about sticks as well, and as a beginner, don't spend a bunch of money on a stick. This is my first stick that I bought. It's wood. It's an Easton. It's very nice. Wood sticks tend to be a little bit heavier, which is why people seem to look down on them. But as a beginner, you just don't need to spend money on it. This is also a very nice wood stick that I use for pickups and for practice, things like that. Because you know what? It's a stick and it works. I did finally get this last year for Christmas, a nice stick, like the nicest stick I've ever had, and it does make a difference. It's a little bit lighter, all that kind of stuff, but like I said, $300 on a stick is not going to make you better at hockey. What's going to make you better at hockey is getting out there and practicing all the time. So just so you know, you definitely want to get a stick, maybe get 2 sticks, and start practicing, start seeing what you like, but definitely do not spend a whole bunch of money on it when you first start. So this is it. These are all the things you need to get started in hockey. It's a little bit of an investment for sure, but like I said, you can get so much of this used. If you have like a Facebook group in your town of hockey people, they're buying and selling things all the time. So just keep an eye out for that, or make a post and say, hey, I'm a beginner. What do you guys got? I'm willing to buy. So yeah, this is it. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe below, and I'm gonna keep bringing you these videos on things that you need to learn when you are a beginner adult hockey player.